Who is the biggest star in boxing? Tank Davis. And joining the lead of the game is Miami legend, hip-hop star, influencer Ruby Ray.
And the talent difference, the experience difference, we understand all of that. But the size, the pure, and we understand small guys can beat big guys. We just saw Crawford do it to Canelo.
I thought it was 190. Dean, that's bad. Because you know what that tells me? That tells me that even he recognizes that he's too big for him. Yes. He recognizes that he's too big for him.
The Netflix face-off between Jake Paul and Gervonta Tank Davis instantly went viral, and for good reason. The tension was off the charts when Tank suddenly shoved Jake during their stare-down, proving this fight runs deeper than hype. The two traded heated words, eyes locked in pure intensity. Fans couldn't ignore how small Tank looked next to Jake. Some called the size gap crazy. But others argued that size means nothing when skill, speed, and precision come into play.
At the end of the day, I gave this little guy an opportunity. He should be thanking me. I'm paying him. I'm his boss. He reports to me, and I'm going to fucking son him on November 14th. So fuck you, little man.
You paying me? Are you paying me?
Yeah.
100%? 100%. Facts?
Correct.
Yes? Correct?
Correct. I'm your daddy.
Veteran trainer Teddy Atlas wasted no time breaking down the stare-down, zeroing in on the massive size difference. He said Jake didn't just look bigger, he looked huge, joking that Tank might need a ladder to reach his chin. Atlas admitted skill and heart matter most, but when the size gap is this big, physics can't be ignored. He compared it to Canelo versus Crawford, where both fighters still looked naturally matched. But in this case, Atlas said the mismatch was obvious, warning that Davis's power might not be enough against Jake's sheer size and strength.
Things, right? They should also have like the size of the ring, the size of the glove, all that stuff. Particulars should be in the contract, but I would probably look for one thing that is not the common thing to have in a contract if I'm Tank. A ladder. A ladder. Can I get a ladder? Somebody? You know what I mean? Hey, look, if he hits him on the chin the way he can punch, Jake might be doing a dance. You know what I mean? Not voluntarily either. But we'll get into that more later. The thing that I'm talking about right here is what you said. It was stark. The size difference was really, you couldn't ignore it. We understand the talent difference, the experience difference. We understand all of that. But the size, the pure, and we understand small guys can beat big guys. We just saw Crawford do it to Canelo, but a little different. The size difference was, it was eye-catching, jaw-dropping. And it made me think, and I'm going to ask Richie, our man here who's doing all the taping, who does such a marvelous job. I'm going to ask him, because I know he's an expert in this area, but it reminded me of one of the Rocky movies where they had the face, where they did the wrestling thing with Rocky and Hulk Hogan, a.k.a. Thunderlips. He was Thunderlips back there. And I thought I had it right, and it was confirmed to me. It's right.
Respected coach Greg Hackett, however, had no doubts about Tank's mindset. He said Davis is locked in, ignoring all the noise and hype coming from Jake's camp. Inside sources from Tank's gym reveal a man obsessed with preparation, sharp, focused, and pushing himself beyond his limits. His sparring sessions have been intense, with partners describing him as ruthless and unstoppable.
It's something for you new to do, try to keep you fresh and this and that, keep your name hot. You got to stay in the algorithms. It's just a lot of pressure on fights. And I feel like Tank being at, what is he, 30 years old? And you got kids. See, what people forget about is it come a time in a man's life where he just wants to slow down. You know what I'm saying? We can't all run around like we used to back in the day. That's tough to do. Sometimes you just want to sit down, enjoy your fruits. And I feel like that could be what he going through. He want to just enjoy the fruits of his labor and enjoy life. And people don't want to hear that because they feel like you got more work to do. But it's just...
Even at press events, Tank's calm, laser-focused energy stood out. He didn't look nervous, he looked ready. For him, this isn't just another fight, it's a message. A win here proves that real fighters still rule the sport, not internet stars. And if he pulls it off, Tank won't just earn a payday, he'll cement his name as the man who shut down the hype machine once and for all.
In the press conference, and you can just look at him and tell, like, no, this dude he's gonna get this money for sure, because there's so much money out there to be had. But Jake Paul better be not playing around, man. Not get cute, not play any games, don't hit him in the back of the head, don't rabbit punch him, don't do any of that stuff, man, because Mike Tyson, first of all, a lot of people think Mike Tyson was pulling punches on Jake Paul, and a lot of people think that Anderson Silva was pulling punches on him too. You're not gonna have a little Gervonta out there pulling punches on you, man, if you're out there playing games. So, I don't like the fight at all. However, as far as it being an entertaining situation, I almost guarantee you that fight itself is going to be entertaining. That it's going to be something that you look at and you're going to say, man, everybody's going to watch it. Everybody's going to want to know what happens in it. But at the same time, it's kind of like what people think, when you see a car crash, like you're driving down the road and all of a sudden the traffic gets heavy and you're like, man, I'm going to be in traffic for a long time. And then you drive forward a little bit and then you see, oh man, this is some accident on the other side of the road and everybody just slowing down to watch.
That's the type of entertainment that you can expect from this fight between Gervonta Davis and Jake.
Former heavyweight Eddie Chambers took a more balanced view, reminding everyone that boxing history is full of smaller men toppling giants. He said fans obsess too much over height and reach, forgetting that timing, IQ, and discipline win fights. Chambers pointed out that Jake's reach may help early, but Tank's explosive footwork could erase that edge fast. He emphasized that fights aren't won by size charts, they're won by who performs under pressure. Jake might be taller, but Tank's instincts could make him far more dangerous when the punches start flying.
That something like this can happen, but this is social media, this is what is created. There's a lane that Jake Paul has created. Honestly, I'm not mad at him for it. He's gotten a lot of fighters and, actual fighters some shine. It also has done for women's boxing a lot. So I'm not mad at him for what he's been in boxing and what he's created. This is a little crazy right here. This is a little crazy. And a lot of people will say, Tank is too small. Let me tell you something. Anybody that gets in the ring with Tank that is not a damn dinosaur is going to feel something from him. And it ain't going to be easy to hit him. Got boxing IQ. He may not sound like an intellectual guy when you hear him talk, but he knows the ring inside and out. So there's nothing that Jake Paul can do aside from make it extremely ugly by grabbing him and probably trying to throw him to the ground. I don't know what else, bite him. I don't know, but I mean, the skill level alone, now of course, there is a size difference, a height difference and all that, but he's just gonna struggle so much landing a shot. It's just gonna look bad. To me, this is the way I see it. It's gonna look bad. Tank is gonna be too fast. And the punch, I believe, I'm not saying it's gonna knock him out or, but it's gonna.
Ex-champion and analyst Timothy Bradley had no doubts, calling this fight easy money for Tank. He said the difference in experience is night and day. Davis has battled real champions, while Jake's resume is filled with retired athletes and influencers. Bradley gave Jake credit for promoting the sport, but said stepping into the ring with a killer like Tank is another level. Once the punches start landing, Bradley believes the difference between a real fighter and a YouTube boxer will be painfully clear.
Yeah, you prove your innocence and say that it ain't fixed. Because check this out, Tank ain't gonna lose this fight. Hell no. Hell no. Tank ain't losing this fight. Too many holes. Man, Jake don't have enough experience. Yeah, man, it's gonna be taking candy from a baby. Jake Jake is missing the rules. See, this is what happened when you don't grow up in the game. When you don't grow up in the game, man, at a young age, this is what happens. You know, you start reading your own press clippings. That's what Jake is doing. You know, fighting this lower level competition, and now he think he the ish. Now he think he the man. He ain't the man. You kidding me? He is not the man. Oh no. Yeah, false sense of security. Now he trying to pick on small folks, right? You know, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Yeah, I'm just saying size-wise. Yeah, that's another thing, boxing one-on-one. You can't pay attention to size. Hell no, I told y'all it's the size of the heart, right? In that damn dog. It ain't the size of the damn dog, and I told y'all that, man. Yeah, it's the same thing here. And it's about the smartest dog. Tank too smart for him. Tank got too much boxing IQ for Jake, man. This gonna be easy. Easy. Like I said, man, Tank, please. Please, man. Don't do this to boxing, bro. If there's anything, man, shoot. Man, we can put together some kind of like account for you, a GoFundMe account or whatever, bro. And we can, all your fans can give you $1, bro. So that way you don't be blowing this fight. It's easy, bro. This sparring section. You know, look, I'm so confused. I don't know what the hell to call this. The circus? Just call it a circus. Yeah, just call it a damn circus. Because, you know, one minute they said, oh, this